Hi guys, we love you. I'm just going to discuss the interview that Chris Watts' mistress stated about their 2-month relationship. First off, I am not a news reporter. I do my videos for entertainment purposes only. Do not take everything in my videos as though I don't know what I'm talking about. I am having a discussion on facts that I've heard and seen with my own eyes, like everybody else. You've seen the videos, you've seen the news reports, and if I misspeak something, you don't have to keep quoting me, as sometimes you misspeak in a video. I'm not from the Daily Mail, UK, People Magazine, Reddit, or anything like that, and I am not a news reporter, a police detective, a lawyer, anything. I'm just a citizen stating my opinion. Now, guys, what do you guys think of her interview? She has just decided to come out and speak, as Chris Watts will be sentenced on Monday the 19th. She is clearing her name. She wants it out there that she had no knowledge that he was not getting divorced, that he was going to murder his entire family, and that's what she states. She states that, they were making plans. He was going to help her do this, do that, and he was in the final stages of a divorce. But that's what she says. Now, co-workers, apparently, that's what I've heard, were saying he was in a very unhappy marriage, but they may have used different words, and don't quote me on what words they were using, but these are just words that I heard. When you do tell somebody, your coworkers, especially if you're talking to men, oh, my marriage, I hate my marriage, I hate this, I'm miserable, I want a divorce, I want a separation. Whatever you may be saying to your coworkers, they just might hear you saying something different, like, man, he must hate his wife and his family. He just really must hate them. And they might use the word hate, but he may not have ever said hate. He might have said, I'm very miserable, which could mean the same thing. But if somebody's going to say something, they should use the exact words, not, use a different word and, he said this, he said that one. He might have not used those exact words. So she gets on national TV to clear her name. And she states that she used to see him within these 2 months, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a week or something like that. Now, how did Chris Watts find the time to see her that much? Now, when did he see her? After work, before work, during work, weekends? Because, he sure had to go home at some point. And I don't know what he said to Shanann, why he was late home from work. So we don't know exactly what they were doing or anything within those hours they were seeing each other. Now, she obviously knew he was a married man living at the house still. He didn't tell her, I've moved out, I've got an apartment. She knew damn well he was going home to his wife, and maybe, number one, don't mess with a married man. Say, okay, I'll wait to the final, wait until you're divorced and you've moved out, and maybe we can go further in this relationship. But she seems to think that in this 2 months, they were making this big move, whatever move that she was talking about. You know, it sounds like they had plans to go further in this relationship. But you know what? Never mess with a married man. And you shouldn't believe a married man. You shouldn't believe everything you hear. You should check it out and look into it further. You know, she has kids, he has kids. Was she married? I wasn't sure if she was married or not. I hear she's married, and then they report she's a single woman. I don't know which it is. Then I heard the husband's not very happy with her. Well, if the husband's not very happy with her, that means she's still married. So, I don't know. Well, maybe she's married and she shouldn't be cheating on her husband. And if she's still married and separate from her husband, she's still married, messing around with a married man. So, you know, we can kind of see both sides to that. But, you know, she came out and she spoke to clear her name so she could get on with her life. Because I'm sure she was fearful of what people were saying about her. Yeah, they said she knows more. She knows more. Maybe she had something to do with it too. Maybe she was in cahoots with him. You know, what were those two people talking about when they were together? You know, what were they talking about? Was he buying her roses every day? Another Scott Peterson, you know. Was he speaking to her on the phone while he was in the house, when his wife was in the house, making excuses? Oh, I just got to pop out. You know, all these kind of excuses to get away from the wife. Was he doing all that? Well, we don't really know. But there are people out there that do know the truth. That would be probably her mother and father and whoever was close to her, that she has her suspicions. Oh, he comes home late. He don't have his normal routine like he used to. He's always making excuses. You know, something like that. I'm not making no excuses for this Chris Watts. He murdered his wife, pregnant wife at that, and disposed of his loving children, which he said he loved them. He might not have liked his wife very much. He wanted to get a divorce. So obviously he's not in love with her no more. But he did take the dead bodies out of the house and dispose of them in a disgusting manner. Yeah, he sure is guilty of that. And he's going to serve more time for disposing of all them bodies than he would if he left them in the house. I'm just saying, you know, and getting on the news. So she made that TV, you know, broadcast to clear her name, because she has to get on with her life and she doesn't want anything suspicious hanging over her head. She wanted the world to know her feelings about the whole situation. But you know, there's many people out there that having affairs, both married, you know, both sides, and you know, do plot and plan to get rid of their spouses. You know, it does happen. And they all say the same thing. I didn't know. I didn't have nothing to do with it. I didn't know he was going to do that, you know. But anyway, she got on TV and said what she said. Now, I don't think she said a lot, you know. But she did say that she had nothing to do with it. So let's comment and have a little discussion about her interview that she gave on TV. Thank you.